Okay. Welcome back to Hanging with Mangg. My name is Mangg, and yeah, you might be able to tell, maybe not, why there was almost no videos this week on this channel. Yeah, I've been dealing with and recovering from a cold the entire week. Um, I'm sucking on a cough drop right now. And it's not one of those it's not one of those like really just quick debilitating illnesses. It's just kind of long lasting and really annoying. And if I didn't make videos, I wouldn't even care because it's just like, oh, I can't talk, whatever. Apart from making videos, I don't talk that much anyways. But yeah, unfortunately, I tend to make videos. And so, yeah, bit of a rough week. Okay, so on the Exploring series on Monday, we did Ditlov Pass, which is an interesting subject, I think, and yet really, it definitely just does hurt my views. It's very noticeable. This week, view count went down to pretty much what it was a couple weeks ago. Um, and it's still hard to say on whether or not um, there is kind of an algorithm change, or they're messing with the algorithm or anything like that. I mean, it's probably clear that YouTube is getting worse in most regards. I think most people would agree with that, except for those that are part of the problem that are just making a lot of money. But for the most part, yeah, YouTube is definitely getting worse. But I had kind of like a 3 week or less than 3 week lull, and then a week of really like the best ever, and then now we're back to kind of shit, and then who knows what's next. So we'll kind of see what happens. Um, but it's kind of a bummer because there's really no way I know of, of how it's going to be this week or next week or anything like that. The only thing I guess I can do is just keep making content that people want to watch, which unfortunately is not the history stuff. I know there are, thousands of people that do want to watch the history stuff, and that's great. But, if I want the channel to keep growing and growing and growing, which I do, none of the history videos bring really any new people to the channel. Especially for the fact that the channel is not about the history stuff. So if you're coming to the channel wanting to watch history stuff, you're going to have a bad time because it's not really what the channel's about. We have all this non-history stuff. So it's a nice side project, but January might not have a history video. I might make that statement, so we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I don't I don't know for a fact that the history stuff is really part of this big loss of views for the week. It just happened to coincide. So, I don't know. We'll see how the coming weeks go. Um yeah. So, it definitely was a real struggle yesterday to put out, work on, and finish the Turin Tarambar video. But we did it. So I think it turned out fairly well. I was really worried, obviously, about my voice, because I know, when you're watching content, well, especially you don't want to hear anybody that's sick. Like it's just not good. Fortunately, though, yesterday was a little better than my voice sounds today because last night was our New Year's Eve party. So yesterday was not that bad, and it just kind of added a slight kind of graveliness to my voice. So I think it probably is fine. So yeah, I think the video turned out all right. Turin Trambar is an interesting character in the Legendarium. Very tragic stuff. So probably should be fine. Then next video will be on Feanor and the Silmarils. That's right, we're finally going to talk about the Silmarils. So that should be good. So yeah, on this channel, obviously, there was practically nothing. I did one Shantae video early in the week, I think, when the cold was just kind of starting. And that's it. After that, there was no night where I was like, oh yeah, I can record a video. It'll be fine. Yeah, it just wasn't good. So yeah, hopefully by tomorrow, my voice will be somewhat back to normal and we can get kind of into the swing of things again. I think this week was like the longest stretch almost ever of not having videos. So, yeah. If yesterday wasn't New Year's Eve, I probably would have done a video. Oh, jeez. Shit. Yeah. Yes. So, what else? What else? What else? Trying to think now. This isn't going to be a long video, I know that, because there was no D&D, and so it usually takes up the bulk of the video, and there was no Monday game night, so none of that. The only thing I guess to really talk about then is the New Year's Eve party last night, which was it was a good time, but it was also kind of a bummer, because I had specifically purchased a game called Captain Sonar, which came out this year. It was apparently really good. It's a game for generally either 6 or 8 players. And it's kind of a real-time battleship, a game of battleship in real time, but you're 2 teams of 3 or 4. And you both are in a submarine. And you're trying to find the enemy submarine and sink it with mines or torpedoes. And each person on each team has their own role. So you have the captain, who's kind of in charge of everything. You have the first mate, who is trying to listen to the other team and their directions and trying to track where they are on the map. And you have the engineer, who is, I think the first mate is in charge of all the different like systems of the submarine. So like the different special stuff like the torpedoes, the mines, and the scouts and the drones. He's in charge of tallying when those are ready and telling the captain when we can use that stuff. I'm not sure the name of the guy that tracks the enemy submarine. And then one other guy tracks like all the engineer. I think tracks all the damage that it's happening to the submarine system and all the different things that wear down as time goes on. And so everybody's kind of just communicating and yelling and all this kind of stuff. And so, yeah, shit. Yeah, it's no good. So, I was really excited, obviously. I bought the game specifically for the New Year's Eve party. I ordered it this week. And I was hoping that it would arrive in time, because this would be like the main thing for the party. We didn't play it. And we didn't play it because this was the sequence of events, okay? I bring all the games over. And we started with... Shit. Yeah, I forgot, you're not that stealthy early on. It's not like Hitman. We started with 5 people. No, we started with 4 people. And we played Tok Tok Woodman. And then we moved on eventually to 5 people. And we played some Unusual Suspects. And then we moved on to 9 people. And we played like Codenames and stuff. Nice. And then we had 11 people for a very short while. And then we went back down to 7 people. And then we went down to 6 at one point. But it was pretty late at night. And the people that were there were not fit for Captain Sonar, nor were they sober for Captain Sonar. So it wasn't a good thing. So yeah, there was a possibility of Captain Sonar at some point, but it just didn't come together, and that's a big bummer. So, because we don't get 8 people together that often. Well, we don't really even get 6 people together that often, so... yeah. So that was a bummer. But what we did play, we played Tok Tok Woodman, which is a great little fun game. We played Unusual Suspects, which everybody just loves. We played Codenames. We played Codenames and we played Codenames Pictures. We played them separately. I still prefer Codenames. We played Deception, Murder in Hong Kong, which is a fine game. And that was pretty much it. Just kind of the usual party games, nothing really new. It was a fine night, but Captain Sonar was what I was hoping for, and it didn't happen, so... yeah. And, midnight hit, and we all celebrated and had some champagne, and...
Sam, I've got the CO at Site Delta online.
Champagne wasn't that great. I don't know if it's because I don't like champagne, or if I didn't like that I don't know. It just kind of tasted like church wine. And this German girl Well, I guess I should give a name for it at this point. I can't just call her the German girl. I guess I'll just go by her WoW name. Faradana. Or Fairy. I could call her Fairy. That's a little lame. We'll go by Faradana for now. I feel like whenever she does eventually do a video with me, she'll probably go by that. So, alright, Faradana. You know, she's planning to get me real liquored up when I go over to Germany. And obviously I don't have a great amount of experience with alcohol. So she wants me to train and, you know, build a tolerance before then. I don't know if that's really going to happen, but
Sam, I'm seeing movement above you.
I had some champagne last night and it wasn't that great. So I don't know. Yeah, so what else? Hopefully we'll get back to D&D this week because it's been some time and we wanna get the shit. We want to get things done. Ziggy is planning. You know, as a teacher, he's got some teaching gigs coming up in early February. So we're planning to end the campaign end of January. Shit, man. So yeah, I don't know how the campaign's gonna end. Like I said, we're just gonna see what happens, and then we'll start up Warhammer. So there's that. No, it just doesn't work. Just doesn't work. Yeah, I guess that's about it. Things have been going really well with me and Faradana. We've been playing a lot of WoW. She was sending me all these pictures from last night. It's just kind of a really bummer that we live on opposite sides of the planet. So, you know, you hear people talk about long distance relationships and stuff like that, and I could never relate before, but now, yeah, I understand the struggle. It definitely sucks, but I gotta hold out till June. Other than that, I really don't want to talk anymore, as you can probably tell. So I think that's gonna wrap us up for today. Hopefully, plenty more videos this week. I'm gonna really try to get back into it. But you don't want to hear my voice anymore, because my God. And, yeah. So, alright, my name is Mangg. This has been Hanging with Mangg, and I'll see you fine folks next week.